मेरे को तो मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा इस चीज़ के बारे में हमेशा से फील होता है कि मतलब आई फील लाइक वी pay, and this is not just in India, this is also in Hollywood. Like I feel like we pay too much attention to the personal lives
Yeah.
of actors. मतलब what do you feel about that? मतलब do you feel that an actor's personal life is something कि मतलब अगर एक इंसान एक्टर बन रहा है तो फिर उसको रेडी रहना चाहिए उस चीज़ के लिए कि उसकी पर्सनल लाइफ इज गोइंग टू बी डिस्कस्ड एज वाइडली एंड कि मतलब जैसे मेरे को तो ये लगता है कि बिल्कुल लाइक देयर इज नो रीजन टू गेट इनटू द पर्सनल लाइफ ऑफ द एक्टर्स एट ऑल. Where do you stand on that?
So I'm actually quite frustrated by it. See, the thing is that I grew up a little bit before the whole like the social media whole thing kind of
Yeah.
went crazy, you know. So my whole upbringing, or at least the ideas that I grasped when I was younger, is if you do good work and if you do courageous work
Yeah.
with integrity, you will be talked about for the right reasons or whatever, you know. But now it's almost become a circus out there, you
Yeah.
know, where nobody really cares actually. How much do they really care about the work? You know what I mean? I mean, it's
Yeah.
really more about, you know, who your girlfriend is, or like where you eat and all of that, you know, and
Yeah.
and like who you hang out with. And the thing is, and I'm obviously not that kind of person. Like I'm not very kind of I don't prioritize those things. I can't live my entire life as this fabricated thing, you know, just to kind of be in the limelight.
Yeah.
But that's what leads to brands. That's what leads to
Yeah.
to digital associations. That's what leads to social media numbers, and then in turn, that's what leads to studios wanting to cast somebody in a lot of.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
all interconnected. It's become like
Yeah.
this whole thing. And I kind of see myself as somebody that's just somehow trying to just do my own thing in the midst of this. Maybe a little old school kind of in that way. If you
Lekin, are you ever tempted to you know like do the PR shenanigans and get into I don't say like the dirty work, but sometimes it honestly feels very dirty to me. Yeah, sometimes.
Well,
The
you know,
way
I think
some
that
things
some
work.
people are very good at it. On like they're naturally kind of good at it.
मतलब देखो एक तो चीज़
You
हो
know?
गई कि चलो ठीक है मतलब you're going to like a cafe or a pub and you
Somebody
call the
happens
paps
to,
there
yeah,
and
yeah,
all
yeah.
of that. So one is that like, but also at the same time there's also a lot of like actually dirty stuff that happens, right? Where people get articles written and all of that.
Yeah. I mean, I actually, I'm a very kind of laid back, non-judgmental kind of guy. So I believe that if something comes to you naturally and it's kind of making you happy, and it's aligning with your overall goals as to how you see yourself or how you want the world to kind of see you, that's okay.
Yeah.
My problem is, for me personally, and this is just a very personal thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't come to me naturally.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
I know exactly what you mean.
So I struggle a little bit. What is disappointing is that I wish that the mainstream media were more interested in talking and really analyzing somebody's work, seeing the potential in somebody's work and celebrating it. Because then what would happen is that would set the precedent for people that are going to come after me. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, for example, if I've done Bhavesh Joshi or AK versus AK or Spotlight or Thar back to back to back, that is not seen as an achievement. Let's be very honest. In terms of the larger,
in the mainstream media for sure.
in terms of the macro thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm in a bit of a twilight zone where there's a certain section of people that are like really happy and very excited about what I've done and what is to come. Okay. But then there's a whole other section of people that just think I'm wasting my time. So I have to live with both parties, right? I have to I'm existing within all of this kind of happening around me.
Yeah.
So what I wish is that the mainstream media and parts of the industry or the trade or whatever, especially with now the largeness of OTT, really watch the work, try to kind of see the intention behind the work, and then the work itself, and then kind of create an aura around people that are also trying to kind of really do it because they love movies.
Yeah.
You know, not just about how many clicks and likes and views and, you know, I mean, because if you're setting that precedent, then what you're telling all the young actors and artists that are going to come after is that look at what he did.
Yeah.
It was good, but nobody cares. And you have to do this if you want. You know what that's what you're.
Yeah.
And so then it becomes a vicious cycle of just the constant repetition of the same nonsense.
Yeah.
And then, there's very less room left for originality.
Yeah.
Which is frightening, actually. And then the same people who wrote these things complain that actors don't take risks.
Yeah.
So it's just a loop,
Yeah.
basically, that that you're stuck in. It's like a sci-fi film. It's like a science fiction film, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Like almost
So-
like a Groundhog Day.
Yeah,
of,
it's a catch-22, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.